Hey, what's going on, guys? So, been a busy weekend. Spent a good part of the day messing around with one of my 5700s just to see what I could get for a better thermals on it. I mean, memory temps were running, I want to say around 89, 88, 90 degrees. Really, had some ideas. I waited forever for my thermal pads to come in, and yeah, I had some Fuji poly laying around, but it was only 0.5 millimeter, and I had some 1.5 millimeter. So I ordered like every size: 0.5 millimeter, 1 millimeter, 1.5 millimeter, and I got the Arctic thermal pads. That 6 WMK, whatever. The I wasn't gonna go crazy because I mean the Fuji poly stuff was like crazy expensive, and I only bought like 2 little strips of it. But I just want to do some testing and see. Now, I mean, most everybody that has these 5700 mechs know the thermal issues with them, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen videos and stuff and information about the thermal pads that are like 5 millimeters wide on a 10 millimeter wide chip. But like I pre-recorded tearing it down. Let's show you kind of the right here. This was before I did it. I know it's a little blurry. I don't know why, when coding this, it just kind of blurred it out a little bit. But GPU temp 50, in the low 50s. The hotspot, junction, low to mid 60s. 88 memory temp. Now I was going through, and there was just so many different things I wanted to try, but I was limited on time. It was Mother's Day, so I mean, I didn't have a real lot of time at my convenience. But between that and recovering from the awesome challenge of trying to build a better frame in record time, but I think these cards are just crazy, man. But now, I did a fast forward, tearing this thing down, and here's where it gets real interesting, because I was not aware the backplate. You look at the size of these thermal pads. It's just the other ones were close to the right size, but the two that sit above the GPU are just tiny. And I went through, cleaned it all up, and it was kind of like one of those deals where I just I was kind of amazed, because I would think the way they bolted the backplate on was kind of half-assed too, because they screwed the one heatsink here is actually screwed to the backplate. So if I want to remove the backplate, I either got to cut it or find nuts to fit the screws that go through this thing. I mean, what are the chances, right? And I just kind of sat there, recorded this whole thing. But now let me see. See now the heat sink there. I lift the card up and I'm like, what? Wait a minute, that's plastic. I'm like, holy crap. Yeah, hang on, let me close my, get my ugly face out of the way, man. Let's see. Be a little easier. There. Now, so, I mean, the Arctic pads, I like them. I've used them on a few other things, and they've helped a lot. Just like, I put a, what's those, Arctic makes those whole GPU coolers that, like it's got 2 or 3 fans. Some of them are singles, but I got one for my son's 1080 Ti because the temp was running like way too hot. So I was like, it was just crazy, you know. So I bought one of those, and I added some because it doesn't in any way touch the memory chips. I mean, it's like way up over the memory chips. And I was like, oh, I'm not crazy about that. So I bought those little 10 millimeter tall, whatchamacallits there, the little heat sinks, little finned heat sinks, man, like 10 millimeter. Yeah, they were small, but you know, with some double stick thermal pads, and I stuck those on. Listen, man, I can't imagine, you know, how much of a difference that made. But part of the thing was the back plate on it was it was like a big thick aluminum um, finned back plate. I mean, it was just heavy duty. And man, I'll tell you what, because originally, I mean, at idle, that thing was running almost 60 degrees Celsius, you know, and then I throw this together. Now it runs at like 37, 38 degrees, you know. I mean, when he was gaming, that thing was, before I did it, was cranking out, God, probably close to 90 degrees, you know, GPU temp. I was just like, that's not good. And then when it was mining, it would do the same thing, because I kind of got his thing when he's not gaming, it's mining. So, but yeah, and if you're wondering, I the Triple X Tuesday thing, I did some thinking and I noticed a trend of like, I don't get much views after the fact because of probably because of the title. You know what I mean? It just I'm like, yeah. I mean, hell, Triple X is Triple X, man. That's my you know, my poison. But now, one of the things I tried with this, you know, once I get through getting all these pads on, you know, I figured I'd try, like one of the things was with the Arctic, was it had these thermal pads that went between the back plate and the back of the PCB board, which, so I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna try it, you know. I took like 1.5 millimeter pads, cut them up, made them fit, you know, so it just went right across the back all the memory chips, and you know, I was like, you know, that it helped with that cooler. I wonder if it'll work with the plastic. I don't know what I was thinking, but you know, it's just one of those deals where, like, I get, you know, I just made some nice strips just to try and pull as much heat as possible. And I don't know, I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna try it. What the heck, right? And I get that all back together, and worst thing was, I'm like, paste on MX4 paste, you know, great stuff, man. I mean, you know, that was really good. And yeah, get her all back together. And there we go. I fired up Phoenix Miner again. And now this is what scared the daylights out of me. Watch how fast this memory temp climbs. I mean, this was just, I kind of freaked out. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, man. So, I mean, I've been looking at some other options, and you know, see, I'm already at 90 degrees, and it just basically started mining. And that I just tried the one card because I didn't want to go mess with all of them right away. More experimenting here, and you know, I literally watched this thing just climb and climb and climb, and I just said, no way. You know, just absolutely insane. And I gotta thank Jimmy for this BIOS mod, though, man. That hey Panda, what's up, brother? Nice. I got, you see, I'm already at 96 degrees on the memory. The other ones are still at, what, 82, 84. And, I click back, I'm like, oh, Jesus. Like, this can't be good. So I tried a few different things afterwards, and, the outcome, at least I got back to where I was normal, what I was at before. I went through, I literally sat there going, well, let's see where, I knew I forgot to open up something here. There was a text file I just made just to kind of save it and kind of demonstrate what, there we are. Originally, this was, I was pulling, I referenced everything because it bothers me like crazy with all the in software, to the overclock software, to what it actually says on through your motherboard. So I literally went through and shut off each GPU one at a time to figure this out. And GPU Z and the Phoenix miner, GPU 1 through those two is GPU 4 in the AMD software and GPU 2 on the motherboard. So figure out how they can't just reference all this stuff the same, but that's just one of them crazy things, and then I just, everything was running 55.4 mega hash, I was getting all good hash rates, 110, 116, now the one card here, GPU 6, is actually GPU 1 in the software. That's the one with the Samsung memory. That one there, if I try to overclock that anymore, it crashes. But I'm still pretty happy with it. Pulling 329 mega hash at 680 watts through software. Figure the motherboard and risers and stuff. Pulling a little more, but that's, still a really good number. And but now, see, and this is back to where I started. Now, one of the things. This is after. Now I took it apart again. Did the I redid the pads. I just basically took the pads back out of the backplate because that was like insane, and I used 1mm Arctic pads over the memory. So what I did was I took those off. The ones that I cut on the back plates, I wish I would have done a video of doing this, but what I did was I took the Fuji Poly, cut them to the perfect size, 0.5mm Fuji Poly, cut it to the size of the memory chips, set it on each one of them, and then I put 1mm, like on the old GPUs where they used to use like a whole strip right across like 2 or 3 memory chips, and I did it that way. And at least now it was running at about 86 degrees. It actually pulled it down a couple degrees. So that was my, I guess, my biggest thing. Next is I was talking to what's his name, Grits there on. He's always in DCA and so Grits Ford 69 F100 or whatever. He's got the same cards, and he literally cut the backing plates just so that he had the nuts to hold the heatsink on the one spot. So the Samsung memory actually doesn't run as hot. Because let me see. Let me get out of that. Go to this. And let's see. Samsung, what was it? That was GPU 1. Like, you go here. It's now in here. Now I got 80 degrees. Now right now it's kind of cold too, man. It's like friggin' tonight's supposed to go down 29. I got a window open with a fan blowing in, and then my with my grow tent open with the fan sucking air out the top of the window. So I'm trying to keep the room cool as possible, and it's actually pretty damn cold in there. And let's see. So I got 80 degrees on the memory on that card. You know, this is the one that I did the testing on. It's at 80, right? 80, 82 right now. And, you know, so, you know, that one's 86, 88. So, I mean, I'm going to probably cut the backing plates, you know, just because. Yeah, well, I mean, if it wasn't for Jim's bias mod that I put on here, well, before I did the bias mod, I was getting maybe 50 mega hash, 48 to 50, and you know, I tried all different overclock settings, and that mod really helped a lot. I just wish I could do something better with that Samsung one. That's unfortunate. as you guys all say, right? The Silicon Lottery. You know. Oh, there we go. 78 degrees on that one. Which card is that one? That's got me curious now. Let's see. That was the last one in GPU-Z. So it's GPU-1 in AMD, GPU-6 on the motherboard. Alright, yeah, that's the Samsung. Alright. Yeah, that's the Samsung one. So that's why. Samsung's got the lower temps. You know, more naturally, because I can't overclock that thing anymore. I try messing around with voltage, try messing around with memory, power limit, anything. It'll just crash the rig. It just freezes or it just reboots. It's pretty crazy, but you know, it's been it's awesome, you know, having all you guys helping out when you know, when I'm in need, and I'd be more than happy to help any of you guys out. You know, it's just an awesome community. I love hanging out with you guys. I love seeing all the, you know, everybody's rigs. I love seeing just the different things that everybody does, man. It's like, I want to build rigs. I want to build more. I want to just keep building them. It's like, I just, it's an addiction, man, but I think it's a good addiction. It's not like drugs, you know, where I'm just burning them up and, you know, just feel good for a few minutes and blah, you know. But yeah, and you know, hey, it's Tuesday. I didn't put a title for it, man, because I'm not going to do Triple X titles anymore, man, because I don't think that's good. But you know, hey, you know, yep, that's it, man. I got oh god, I don't know, man. It's been I'm wondering about the have we figured anything out on the next, is there going to be a next round for the rig builds or anything? That's my next thing. Because false advertising, yeah, I hear you, man. It's hey, there's Jimmy. Hey dude, what's up, man? It's I want to see. Now everybody's talking about Voscoin, and I really want to see him build a better rig, because I've seen a lot of his stuff, and I don't think I've ever seen him with an actual mining frame. Everything is on like the Amazon Basic shelves when he had his shed, you know. And I mean, I remember watching the video when they towed his shed away, man, and I almost shed a tear, man. I'm like, oh man, you know. But only 2 chips for half covered. Yeah, Jimmy, man. That's the mech thing, man. You know, that's why I did this. And the next thing is I'm cutting my backing plates. The back plates are plastic. I think they insulate it and hold heat in. So I'm gonna cut them, and then depending on what kind of temps I get, I'm probably gonna go after getting me some of those. Oh, what is it? Let me see here. Let's see if I can find them, because you know, it's like I know I may buy. I'm gonna buy some more. Oh, go here. let's see. Chip, no. Something like that. Let's see. There's a few different styles, but something like these right here. You know, these actually, you know, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm getting some of these. I mean, they're cheap enough, and you know, you get your copper shims, you got all this stuff here, but I basically want to get into that and maybe stick those on the back side of where the memory is, just because the yeah, well, you know, Jimmy, I did do, well, I used a 0.5 millimeter thermal Fuji poly under Arctic pads, you know, and it actually it helped bring it back, you know, like 2 degrees. So I'm thinking, you tried these? They worked on my kid's video on his 1080 Ti, you know, and only because if I'm taking the back plate off, and now I got something to help disperse heat, you know. I mean, maybe not those style, but you know, I mean, I did them on my kids, and it worked awesome. Did you try them on yeah, on that, or just one of those on a different card? I don't know. It's just one of them things. I think I would benefit, but I know I did on one card, but not. I haven't tried it on. I want to try it on the 5700, but I used them all up. I only had 6 or 8 of them or something. I used on my kids' 1080, so it was like. But then again, those Arctic full-size coolers are. 2 millimeter thermal pads. Oh Jesus. Yeah, that's well, you know, I mean, I'm almost thinking no, I don't think, you know, man, and I don't think the reference cards are having that much vision. I mean, Pandas didn't. His temps weren't running that high, I don't think, when he was doing his 5700. I mean, he was getting some pretty good hash rate, and I don't remember what he did for bias mod, but I know he did something. Yeah. Platinum on better may work. Yeah. Yeah. It may, you know. I mean, like I said, man, hey Jimmy, speaking of that, just did a timing chain on a Chevy Equinox today, man. Exact same thing. The bolt on the top of the chain guide, they break off, and the chain guide, you know, there's the plastic chain guide that goes down on the forward side. But yeah, that we just did one today, and you know, because they were having problems with that same issue, but and anyways, it just clicked, man, because I was like, man, you know what? But yeah. Dorman makes a bolt where right on the front of the head, the bolt, there's a cap there, and you take that off, and that's where you get to the bolt that holds the chain guide. What happens is that bolt breaks. This one actually just backed out and fell down in the timing cover, but I've seen them where the bolt breaks, and Dorman makes this bolt that goes through and goes all the way up, almost right against the head, but it replaces the bolt. So it's pretty cool. You know, you clean the injectors. Oh, hey, you know, I mean, that's not going to fix the timing issue, but I mean, it'll still run good. I mean, this thing was running fine. They just kept getting a check engine light, you know. And it was timing codes. So I just right off the bat, I was like, they already changed the VVT solenoids, and I looked at my tech. I said, dude, pull the valve cover straight up. He pulled the valve cover up. He walks over to me, goes, you got to see this. I'm like, you know, yeah. Yeah, you know, I mean, sometimes you just no, because the rocker arm's nowhere near it. I mean, that's way over here, but right where the time chain goes down, if you're standing in front of the, you know, like on the front of the car and you're looking down that front, there's that one tensioner, man. You can just stick a screwdriver down there. If you can move that thing around, it's broke, you know. So, I mean, you might even be able to see if you got a good flashlight and it might be sitting away from the head a little bit. There should be a bolt right at the top of it going in. But yeah, that's but anyways, get off track here, man. I'm gonna start like Savage Mind and start freaking getting sidetracked and forget what I was talking about. I mean, I didn't have a whole lot planned. It was just more or less go over this thermal issue, and but that's the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump. Yeah, well, I may because when that breaks, you takes a lot of tension off the chain, and it is possible for it to jump a tooth, you know, and it's very, very, very possible. I mean, it's funny how. And listen, my technician that did that job today, he had never done one, and it calls for 6.9 hours or something like that. He had it done in about 5. Just so you know. Yep. So it was yeah. But it's that one, and then there's the one that goes across, right across the top between the two cams. That one breaks off and falls down in there. You never know it. If you didn't know that it's supposed to be there, you would never know it. And that'll. There's so many problems with that setup. But when you get 100,000, 150,000 miles, and you know, these things are going to happen, especially if they weren't well maintained. So, you know, before you acquired the vehicle. You bought one of them extended warranties, there you go. You know, I love extended warranties, but I hate them at the same time because they're a hassle for the shop most of the time. It depends on the company. I've dealt with a few of them that are really bing, bang, boom, you're done. You know, they fax you a credit card number and done. You know, but you know, ooh, 176,000. Yeah, I can almost put money on it. Your time and change shot, yeah, or one of the guides is shot. You know, maybe even the tensioner. I mean, the kit comes with the tensioner, the guides, you know, the little oil port thing that's supposed to help squirt oil onto the chain, and the more expensive kit, you get the cam phasers. With that many miles, you might want to change the cam phasers too. So, yeah, it's just a thought, really. I mean, I've been, like I said, you know, man, I try to help as much as I can with that stuff. So, it's, but man, you know, hey, we all help each other one way or another, right? Any of you guys need any help with cars, you know, let me know. Drop me a line in Discord or something. I got my own Discord. Not that I got much in there right now, but or hit me up in Red Pandas or you know DCA or one of them. I'm in most of them, but the market is looking kind of weird right now too. So I don't know. I'm leaving all my stuff on ETC right now and just sitting back and waiting to see what happens here. It's kind of uncertain times, I think. I don't know. I'm not a trader, so I don't really get to follow a whole lot of it. And you know, I did a couple searches for backplates for this thing. The only thing I could find was something like, and actually, I mean, this was pretty cheap, but it's supposed to be for a water block. I don't know, something like this. You know, it's supposed to be for a water block kit, but just a metal backplate instead of plastic. Got some heat pads. I mean, for price includes that. I don't know whether this was just coming from Germany or something. I don't know. I mean, it says USA and Canada, and That looks like oh man, yeah. Oh dude, I believe me, if you were closer, I'd have no problem hooking you up. The but there's that. I was looking at the water block prices, man. I mean, they're just they're too expensive, man. Especially you think about how much it's going to cost you. You know, you do the what's I forget what the brand name is, but I looked at them and I just like click, I'm out. You know, I'm like, dude, man, I got 6 cards. There's no way I'd spend more than what the cards. Just no. I'm looking for quick, easy. You know, let's try and figure this out, man. Let's full cover. Yeah, here we go. You know, I mean, even these guys, Alpha Cool, 125, 150. No, that's for 2080s. I mean, it's just crazy though. I was looking at some of the stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to. I mean, I'd love to do water cooled, but I can't justify the cost. I mean, it's granted, you know, these cards are making money. Okay, yeah, but how much more money do I want to spend to make money? You know, yeah. So it always takes money to make money, and there's a limit though. You know, I've been a lot of my stuff. I started mining small, man. I bought a couple of used GTX 970s on eBay for I think $110 a piece. You know, back in March of 2018. I mined the living daylights out of those things. I was mining. I forget. I did so many different ones. I did Graft. I did Loki. I did ETN. I was on Crypto Night like constantly. And then, you know, I started figuring out other things, and you know, I just started researching more and more, and that's when I started finding like, found Red Panda's YouTube, and then I found a couple of, and I'm starting to, oh wait a minute, you know, and I started checking out all the, learning more, because I didn't know where to look for all this information. I mean, I started out when I first even heard of mining, I'm like, what is that? What? You know, and I think I seen something about Litecoin mining, and I went to Litecoin. It was a Litecoin. Pool. So I ended up on a Litecoin pool, and I'm looking at it. I'm reading through it, and this is you know, Q&A thing. It's like, oh, is it worth mining Litecoin with GPUs? Oh no, not with the, you know, the way that this and that. I'm reading all about ASICs, and I'm like, yeah. So I look at price of ASICs right off the bat. You know, I'm like, oh, I wonder what these are. Oh damn! I'm like, nope. Here I am. I'm on a tight budget. You know, so I turn around. I'm like, well, and then that's when I started picking up some other things, and then I started upgrading, but it was like one of those, all right, you know, I'll sneak in another card when the wife's not looking, you know, all right, yeah. I ended up having 6 970s, and I got the BioStar 6 GPU motherboard, and here I am on this. She went to Walmart and got me this wire for, you know, one of them Amazon basic shelf type things. I got them all zip tied all over the place, man. I don't know. It looked like an octopus, freaking Medusa stuff, man. You know. Got that all set up. I'm going. You know, and along the way, I'm starting to think. I'm like, oh, you know, I start seeing all this stuff about mining Ethereum Classic. I'm like, well, I mean, is it worth it? At that point, you know, I tried putting the 970s on Ethereum, I think, and those things laughed at me. I mean, they're only 4 GB cards, but at that point, the DAG wasn't that big. So I don't know. I played with them for a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, screw it. I went back to mining Loki, and I mined that until I forget what they did. They forked and they did something, and it wasn't even. I said, screw this. I sold all my Loki for Bitcoin. And then, you know, I started screwing around. And I turned around, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll sell these to get something else. I sold them. And that's when I started getting the what the hell did I buy after the 970s? I think that was when I started getting the, oh yeah, my 1070s. PNY 3-fan, the PNY XLR8 or whatever it is, OCs. I had 6 of them on eBay. Obviously, I knew he'd mind with them, you know, but I got 6 of them for $1,200, and that was when GPUs were like crazy money, you know. And I said, oh, cool, you know, I got those set up. Actually got them running on Ethereum. I learned how to, after version Claymore, it was like 13 something or 14 something. And I started messing with that. And, you know, and then that's when I really got addicted, because I was like, oh man, you know, look at these things go. And then I got the electric bill, and I'm like, oh man, look at these things. She's gonna make me go. You know, and you know, I moved on from those. I still have them. They're still mining away, and oh man, you guys are nuts. I don't know. I love the 5700 rig though. That was my. I mean, I bought the cards from Panda. Everybody, hi. I'm the one that bought the 1060 6 gigabytes from Panda. Yeah, and you know, they gave me fits, man. They gave me fits. I tried different risers. I get them mining. I mean, he had them going. They were fine. I couldn't get them to work. You know, they'd mine, then it'd crash. They'd mine, then it'd crash. I tried different cards. I tried different this, different that. I let them run till they crash, and I just reset it and let them go some more. And then finally I was like, you know what? I saw the 5700s, started doing some research, and I said, I'm getting those. I will get those as soon as I find the right deal. And I found those on Amazon, under the Amazon Renewed for $309 a piece. I said, yeah, all right. I convinced the wife that I will sell the other cards to pay for these. And, well, I pretty much almost covered the cost. I sold 10 cards. I got 2 1060s that I just keep on an old AMD motherboard that's running on a ETC right now. So it's you know, I got that, but along the way, you know, in between, I found another guy was selling a bunch of 470 8 gigabyte cards. You know, I bought, how many did I buy of those? I think 8. I think I bought 8 of those. One of them died, just died. Whatever. So I got 7 of those, and then I started one at a time. I bought brand new RX 570 8 gigabyte cards. I ended up buying 4 of those over the course of a couple months, and then I found a used one. And it was actually a 570 8 gigabyte mining card. I was like, oh, yeah. I ended up getting it for like $50. So I hooked that up, and that one's mining away right now too. So I don't have the webcam in there. You know what oh, there's no light in that room. Well, there's only one dim light in there. Yeah, but that's where's the radio face? What? Radio face? It's like a radio show. Yeah. All right. No, man, I'll tell you, it's like I don't have much visual right now, man. I'm working on it. I want to get. I'm not sure. I want to just get inexpensive camera that's portable. Because my phone, like, I don't know if you guys caught that during the rig build. After I was done, I sat down and I'm chilling, and I didn't even realize it. And then all of a sudden I look up, my feed wasn't even there. I'm like, whoa, where'd my video go? You know, I use Droid Cam to feed, and it just froze. And I just reset Droid Cam, and then bam, I was back on. But I'm glad it didn't happen during the build. You know, that probably would have disqualified me. But no, man, you know, it's like let's see. I mean, the 5700 rig. Everybody's seen that one, man. That's kicking. 329. You know, I can't complain there. You know, most of the temps are doing pretty good. I mean, I got let's see now my 1070 rig. I think that's one. I had to reformat the let me get my ugly ass out of the way here. I had to reformat the hard drive because something fishy was going on in here. I literally was watching this, you know, where in Afterburner I could watch one card. Is this usage? Like right here, even the FB usage. They were one card was acting so different than all the others, and I tried different riser card. I tried eliminating a card, and it switched to a different card when I eliminated a card. And you know, some guys were saying, oh, you know, it was Windows. Well, see, the problem is I reinstalled the Windows. I literally just, because this is that ISO that Panda has on his pinned up in the downloads in his Discord, and this Windows installs in like no time, man. It's awesome. That's why if it gets corrupted or something, I can just I save it on a USB drive. I just plug it in, reboot, you know, and bam, you know. Oh man, it's like it's funny though. Something got in there, man. I don't know what it was. I did some digging because even in Task Manager, when you go into resources and everything, and it would just show one GPU that would just, even without it mining, one GPU would keep spiking, dropping, spiking, dropping. And I went through. I tried shutting off as much stuff as I could in there, and it kept doing it. So I was like, you know what? I'll spend more time trying to diagnose this and uninstall stuff than just reinstalling everything and being done with it. And once I did that, boom. But then the funny thing was, then my 5700 rig started doing something weird like that, and I ended up doing the same thing. And and then it's working fine again. So it was just it was pretty freaking annoying, you know. No, I tried BIOS modding these. I got these old 574 gigabyte cards, man. They those things laughed at me too. I think that was this one. 4 cards. I think I got 4 cards running on it now. Because these were out of a whatchamacallit, the what was it, Antminer G2. They had 574 gigabyte, had 8 of them. Then one by one, they've been dying off, but I could probably yeah, I messed around. Yeah, I messed around with that too. That was I went through so much trying to figure that out. And the funny thing was I just turned around and I reinstalled Windows, and boom, everything was fixed. It was just like, yeah, I only use, you know, like most of my AMD stuff, I use AMD software. You know, what was it, what version is Serpent XSF. You know, he did some testing with some of the cards, and he put the that's why, you know, he put the whatchamacallits, put him to the test. Yeah, you know how it goes. But the yeah, man, you know, it's like I forgot where I was going. I sidetracked myself. I'm trying to read chat, talk. Man, I feel like Savage might ought to be here too, you know. Oh god. But I don't know. I forgot where I was going. But yeah, man, I've been busy as hell at work, so I don't. I miss having a lot of customers, and you know, last thing you need to do is you eliminate all your problems. Basically, stay away from Windows. You know, I did hash. What was it? Which one did I do? Not Hash Rate OS. Hive OS. I did Hive OS on a couple of my rigs, and it was maybe I didn't do the overclocking right in or something, but it wasn't a good experience. But you know, I mean, it's like I look at the different things, and I was thinking of Hash Rate OS. That's because I'm thinking of switching some of my rigs over just to test it and see if I can maintain or even get better hash rates. I wish I had more time, but you know, this weekend I'm probably going to be working on my boat, getting that ready. Finally, it's actually going to be warm. God, I love New York. But you know, it's like this is, I think, the first year in I don't know how long that I did not go fishing the opening of walleye season. So it opened the first Saturday of the month. The weather has been, I mean, last weekend it was when we did the competition. This past weekend when we did the rig build, it was snowing out. I got up to 2 inches of snow on the ground. Yeah, I wish I could get some good hash rate out of the boat, dude. I mean, that thing is 175 horse outboard Mercury, you know. I got a couple things to tweak with it. It's got some old gas in it, and I put a new filter in and stuff. But you know, stability, lower power consumption is more important than extra hash rate. Yes, it is. Yep. I mean, and that's why, you know, I play with it and see the you know, that's why, like, I love how, you know, Jimmy did the BIOS mod, where I mean, if I go below 800, I don't think it's very stable. I keep it around 800 millivolts on the core, because it seems if I go any lower, I start having, it'll run for 10-12 hours and just shut off. And you know, but if I keep it there occasionally, and it could be a Windows thing, yeah, listen, man, if there were other options that are as simple as Windows to use, I probably would have been switched a long time ago. I mean, I don't know, I've never really played with Linux or, you know, Ubuntu, all that. I mean, I hear people saying it's pretty easy, it's not, you know, it's a little learning curve, but I grew up, listen, man, I was programming BASIC on a Timex Sinclair. Okay, if you don't know what that is, you can look it up. Timex Sinclair, I think it was a 1000 or something. Little 16K memory module and a cassette player to save my programs. I got away from computers for a little while, and then I got back in after Apple and blah blah blah. And then I got, oh look, I get a PC with Windows 3.1. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, no, I mean, just for an operating system, you know, but I mean, you think about it, how much software is there available to run, like, your daily things, your email, your web surfing, you want to do YouTube, you want to do all this stuff. How much of that is available on any other operating system? You know, that's the biggest problem I have. Now, my mining rigs, whatever. That's why I like that stripped down version of Windows. But I still have Hive OS on one of my USB sticks. I was like, screw this. You know, I think I was using it for. I'm gonna try hash rate, because what do I gotta lose, man? Besides, you know, 20 minutes, half an hour, getting things set up, and boom, it's mining. You know, if I can get a better hash rate out of, or at least, you know, stability. Yes, stability, hash rate. My hash to power ratio is my biggest thing. You know, I mean, that's why I bought the 5700s, because I see, okay, you can BIOS mod them to get 55 plus mega hash out of them. Unless they have Samsung memory. You know, so the Micron seems to be the way to go. You know, 5 out of 6 of them got Micron. The one is Samsung. But yeah, I've had it with some of this crap, man, with Windows. I mean, like with the bullshit with their crashing and causing people to lose files with the updates they did, and blue screen of death, and oh my god, it's like, what? You know, you're cramming this crap down people's throats and then destroying their computers, you know, wiping out their files. You know, but, you know, I just, you know, where would we be, man? I think back when I was a kid, we didn't have computers. We didn't have, I mean, Atari was the, you know, the mainstream video gaming back then. So, and, you know, be in the house when the streetlights came on to come and play Atari in the house, you know. But, you know, I've learned a lot of stuff from you guys. I appreciate all the help, and I love sharing my experience with you guys. And you know, but anytime, what is that one? What? Cubes OS? Quibes? I can help you with that. Won't take more than 30 minutes to get everything on it. No kidding, you know. Well, the thing is, like with Hive OS is, I mean, I could probably just say, well, like the Antminer I had high, actually I had simple mining on the hard drive when I bought it before I blew it up. Yeah, that's another interesting story. But the power supply, freaking, I thought it was 4th of July in my office. I was running on 110. I didn't realize I was supposed to. I mean, that thing lit up like a Christmas tree, man. It scared the daylights out of me. It sounded like a jet plane taking off too. But I ended up using the cards, and they're on a I mean, yeah, the ASRock H110 motherboard. Don't mind me, dude. I'm tired. It has been cubes. Yeah, it burns disposable hands. Interesting. See, now there's a lot of stuff that I have never messed with, and I spent many years working. Just most I did for a long time. I mean, I've been PC repair. I've done learning a lot of programming stuff. But my son, he just finished his 2nd year of video game design and development with a 4.0 GPA. So, you know, and if anybody plays Rocket League, he'll probably tear you up. But I gotta try a few different things. This weekend, like I said, man, maybe this weekend at night, if I'm still able to, I'm gonna start messing around a little bit of maybe get one of the rigs on like hash rate or something, just to try it, and you know, I'll go from there. I'd like to try different things, and if they work out, they work out. You know, I mean, if not, then I'm just right back to where I started. You know, like testing the thermals on this card, man. Well, you don't know unless you try, right? So, just experiments, man. That's what. And you guys do one thing, you know. If it worked, great. You know, let's pass along. I mean, if everybody wants that BIOS mod that Jimmy downloaded me, man. I mean, either hit me up or hit Jimmy up in the Discord, and you know, you can try it out. it definitely lowered. It let me lower the voltages more than the stock bias would, and got it pretty good. So, but anyways, I've rambled enough. Go on a little rant and drive all you guys nuts. Just wanted to share some of my experience here and see how what you guys think. And I'm gonna. Oh, speaking of that, Neff, Nefarious, you started a live stream there, man. It just has been sitting on your channel, dead. I don't know. It's like, that was funny. I don't know if it's still there. I seen it yesterday. I was like, wait a minute, you're supposed to stream that? It says 2 days ago, and it's still like kind of like when I started. I actually scheduled this an hour earlier than I was. Yeah, the 24-hour time thing sometimes throws me off, so I was just like in Streamlabs going, okay, all right, let's see, oh, that's it, okay, yep, oops. Anyways, yeah, Savage Mind be coming on about a half an hour, so I got, oh, there you go. Comments from the Peanut Gallery? Oh, man. Yeah, well, I don't know, man. Did it just like, I don't know. I know it's weird how I still haven't figured out 100% if I do this right, but yet I still get it on. So just leave it alone. I don't know. Yeah. And then this webcam, man, this thing's like old as freaking dirt. So, but it does the trick. Until oh man, hey, it's it's gonna happen, man. You know what I mean? It's when you're doing live stream, you can't edit. There's no editing. You know what I mean? It's just you just go. You know what I mean? Then you look back and go, man, did I say that? Oh, what happened there? Well, I mean, and when it's live, man. That's all there is to it. You gotta enjoy it, embrace it, and whatever. Hey, what are you gonna do? Oh man, cancel trades. Oh man, that's bad. That's bad. No, I'm reading the chat and interacting.
Our phone things came out.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know. No. Anyways, guys. All right, probably bored the daylights out of you, and sit here and watch me rant. Maybe it's a good time. I don't know. But anyways, I love hanging out with you guys, and I'll see you over at Savage Mind in about a half an hour too, So, anyways, thanks for stopping in, man. I know all you guys already subbed, so if anybody else comes along that isn't, smash that sub, smash the like, click the little bell so you know when I'm going live, and I got I got nothing. Oh man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys stopping in and hanging out, and throwing your 2 cents in, my 2 cents. It all comes together, make a nickel, right? Hey, I'll catch you guys over at Savage Mind. Peace out. I gotta go. It's getting late, and I've been having you guys hang out way too long here. Listen to me ramble. All right. Thank you. Good night. Appreciate you. Smash the like button. See you over there.